Hello everyone and welcome back to Evie's Pets. In today's video I'm going to be giving you a quick tour of my quail cage because I just cleaned it out really nicely and I wanted to show you some updates I made on it. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start in the bottom down here. Currently I have 9 hens in the bottom coop, and then my 2 roosters are living up above, and I'll tell you why I've got them both up there now in a moment. So I was going for a desert theme in the quail cage, and so I've got some like terracotta pots, and then I've got an old antler over here and some dead tumbleweeds and a dead stick. And I thought this all looks really good together, especially with the sand that I use as bedding. Then over in this corner, I've got a little pile of rocks for them to jump on. Quails aren't very good climbers, but they do enjoy having something to get up on every once in a while. Right down here I've got their feeder and waterer, and I put them right here so that I could easily access them and clean them out because I mostly clean my quail water and feeder out twice a day and replace their water and food. Over on this side I've got this really cool clay pot that I got from Hobby Lobby and some dead grasses. And then over here is my favorite part. I've got this really cool rocky outcropping that looks really good, I think. And then I've got a little succulent back there and some more tumbleweeds. I've also got another antler, which I think looks really cool and makes it look like a desert. And then down here I've got another piece of the clay pot. And I made the rocky outcropping so that they could climb up on top and sit up there, because I've noticed that sometimes if they're not getting along, if one of them just wants to get away from the rest of the flock, they like to climb up higher and just sit and watch the rest of the flock go about their business. So I made a little ramp back here with another piece of pot for them to climb up, and then they can also use this side or even just fly up on their own. You can see they definitely enjoy being underneath these overhangs because they've already started to lay their eggs under there, and you can see there's another one right here. So they definitely are enjoying their new setup. So if you've been on my channel for a little while now, then you know I have 2 roosters, and when I first got them, they got along fine and they all lived in the bottom with the hens. But as they got older, they started to get more aggressive, and eventually I had to separate them so that they wouldn't hurt each other. And so I left Rusty down at the bottom with the hens, and I put Helmer up here. Rusty was really gentle and he was really good with the hens, but Helmer was kind of rough, and I didn't really want him with the hens because I knew he might hurt them or just cause trouble down there. So I moved him up here. The only problem with him being up here was that it wasn't really made to be like lived in. It's a chicken coop, so it was made for the chickens to just go up and sleep and lay their eggs up there and then come back down to a run that had lots of fresh air and lots of ventilation. First put him in 3 months ago. This was the only ventilation that was in here, but I knew that would not work, and so over here there's also another little door, and I would keep this open all the time, and I just had some wire that was right here to let some air in. The only problem with that was that Helmer could see the hens, and he would just go crazy and run along it all day long, and I was worried he might hurt himself. I knew I had to do something for him. I had to give him better living conditions, and I knew he definitely needed more ventilation, especially because quail can be quite dusty, and he loves to take dust baths, and he could get just covered in dust, and I wanted to make sure he doesn't have any health problems, and I really did not want him to get any kind of respiratory issues because he was in such a badly ventilated space. 3 months later, I've finally done something about it, and I fixed it by putting wire on this door. And this door used to have this clear plastic that covered it. While it was nice to see through, it did not give any more ventilation, and so I finally put some wire here. And then on this side, I also put wire here. This used to be wood panels that stretched across here because this was the nesting box of the chicken coop, and there was a divider here that I also took out. So I put some wire here, and that gives it a lot more light and also makes for better ventilation. So the other thing I did for him was I actually added a light. It's an old fish tank light that we had laying around, and it makes a perfect quail cage light, and you can see it just makes it so much brighter in here. It used to be very dark, and the only light that ever came through was from the hen's light over here that shone through the little door right there. The other thing I did for him was bring him a friend, and that would be Rusty. And you might be thinking, why would I bring Rusty back if they didn't get along? So it really kind of happened by accident. I actually moved the hens out from the bottom to do some testing with a different bedding. And while they were out, I decided that I should give Helmer some time in the bottom. So he spent a day down here, and a little ways into it, I put Rusty in to see if they could get along just in a bigger area. And they actually got along very well, and they didn't fight at all. So I decided that it was probably time that Helmer had a friend, because quail are flock animals and they don't like to be left alone. I decided it was probably the best thing for him. So now Rusty lives up here, and he may not be as happy as he was down with his hens, but he definitely certainly likes the sand up here, and he's really enjoying this setup. So there's definitely the possibility that they might not get along. They are roosters, and roosters are known for being quite territorial and not getting along very well with other roosters. But I'm really hoping they can learn to tolerate each other, because I'd love to see them thriving happily together in their new home. I would also love to share my experience with other quail owners, because I know a lot of people have too many roosters and they don't know what to do with them, because they really don't want to get rid of them, but they don't get along with their other roosters, and they don't have enough hens or enough space to house all of them with their own flocks. If this actually works, I hope I can share tips with people on how to house their roosters together and make sure they have the best life, even if they don't have their own flocks to take care of. So now you can see all Helmer's problems are fixed. He has a nice place to stay and a friend and lots of new ventilation. So he's definitely very happy and living a much better life than he was before. And you can see he's got quite a bit of space in here. And he's definitely very happy and excited about having a new friend. So that was the whole cage tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have a lot of fun decorating my quail's cage, and I think it's really good for them to change up their environment every once in a while and make sure that they get lots of enrichment. So if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel and give it a like, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!